Hello and welcome to our continuation with or of the reading of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995 as amended. And today we are continuing with Article 28 because the last series we stopped on Article 27. And so Article 28 is focusing on the right to a fair hearing, which we talk about many times, but let's read together what the Constitution provides. Article 28, 1, Clause 1 provides that in the determination of civil rights and obligations or any criminal charge, a person shall be entitled to a fair, speedy, and public hearing before an independent and impartial court or tribunal established by law. 2. Nothing in Clause 1 of this article shall prevent the court or tribunal from excluding the press or the public from all or any proceedings before it for reasons of morality, public order, or national security, as may be necessary in a free and democratic society. Article 28, Clause 3a provides that every person who is charged with a criminal offense shall be presumed to be innocent until proved guilty or until that person has pleaded guilty. Be informed immediately in a language that the person understands of the nature of the offense. C. Every person charged with a criminal offense shall be given adequate time and facilities for the preparation of his or her defense. D. Shall be permitted to appear before the court in person or at that person's own expense by a lawyer of his or her own choice. E. In the case of any offense which carries a sentence of death or imprisonment for life, be entitled to legal representation at the expense of the state. Article 28, 3F. Be afforded without payment by that person the assistance of an interpreter if that person cannot understand the language used at the trial. G. Be afforded facilities to examine witnesses and to obtain the attendance of other witnesses before court. Article 28, Clause 4 provides that nothing done under the authority of any law shall be held to be inconsistent with Clause 3a of this article, to the extent that the law in question imposes upon any person charged with a criminal offense the burden of proving particular facts. 4b. Nothing done under the authority of any law shall be held to be inconsistent with Clause 3g of this article, to the extent that the law imposes conditions that must be satisfied if witnesses called to testify on behalf of an accused are to be paid their expenses out of public funds. Article 28, Clause 5. Except with his or her consent, the trial of any person shall not take place in the absence of that person unless the person so conducts himself or herself as to render the continuance of the proceedings in the presence of that person impracticable, and the court makes an order for the person to be removed and the trial to proceed in the absence of that person. 6. A person tried for any criminal offense or any person authorized by him or her shall, after the judgment in respect of the offense, be entitled to a copy of the proceedings upon payment of a fee prescribed by law. Article 28, Clause 7. No person shall be charged with or convicted of a criminal offense which is founded on an act or omission that did not at the time it took place constitute a criminal offense. 8. No penalty shall be imposed for a criminal offense that is severer in degree or description than the maximum penalty that could have been imposed for that offense at the time it was committed. 9. A person who shows that he or she has been tried by a competent court for a criminal offense and convicted or acquitted of that offense shall not again be tried for the offense or any other criminal offense of which he or she could have been convicted at the trial for that offense, except upon the order of a superior court in the course of appeal or review, proceedings related to the conviction or acquittal. Article 28:10. No person shall be tried for a criminal offense if the person shows that he or she has been pardoned in respect of that offense. 11. Where a person is being tried for a criminal offense, neither that person nor the spouse of that person shall be compelled to give evidence against that person. And then lastly, Article 28, Clause 12 provides that except for contempt of court, no person shall be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and the penalty for it prescribed by law. Okay, so the right to a fair hearing is really wide and deep, even as we read from here. But to sum it up, let's follow the law. The Constitution is the mother law and gives room for creation of other laws like the Penal Code Act, the Evidence Act, Criminal Procedure Act, and Civil Procedure Act. But you find that it is shocking that at times the law is put aside and then people hear cases and determine cases without following what is laid down. And so it's my plea that we continue to follow the law as it is, because it lays down key principles that lead to the respect and to the realization of human rights and fundamental freedoms. That's my call. As we read, we should also be able to interpret and then apply so that justice is attained for all and by all. For God and my country. Until next time.